The first thing I want to say is that I felt very happy when almost everyone, except a few people, encouraged me to explain about the philosophy that is not usually found in books. Friends, this is not exactly philosophy. Rather, these are important principles or points that are necessary to understand. If you read carefully with focus and attention, you will understand many things. I cannot yet say how many parts this series will have. I will explain as much as possible. After completing this topic, God willing, I will also explain the full formula of Āb-e-Hayat, the Elixir of Life. In that discussion, you will also understand what Āb-e-Hayat actually is. Believe it or not, you probably use it in some form almost every day, and that is why the vehicle of life continues to move smoothly. This will become clear in a later part. Today is just the beginning. Can multiple diseases exist in the body at the same time? Let us start with an important question. Can several diseases exist in the body at the same time? To explain this more simply according to temperament and nature, consider this example. Sometimes a practitioner explains a prescription and mentions that it is beneficial for several problems at once, such as sperm leakage, Jarian, nocturnal emission, Edalam, premature ejaculation, weak erectile function. The question is, can all these diseases occur at exactly the same time in one patient? Or imagine another example. Can one person suffer simultaneously from cholera, cancer, liver weakness, and other diseases of different temperaments? The answer is no. In reality, only one disease exists in the body at a time. What appear to be many different diseases are actually symptoms of that single underlying disease. Example of symptoms. A person might complain shortness of breath, gas in the stomach, constipation, body pain and fatigue, nervous weakness or physical weakness, sometimes high blood pressure. But when proper diagnosis is made, it may be found that the real problem is severe fermentation and putrefaction in the stomach and intestines. All the other complaints are simply symptoms of that one condition. Example from nature, I often give an example. Imagine a small seed planted in the soil. On the first day, usually 2 small leaves appear. Soon a branch grows from the center and more leaves develop. By observing these leaves, one can identify the tree, whether it is shisham tree, Dalbergia sisu, kikar, acacia, Vachellia nilotica, eucalyptus, eucalyptus species, poplar, populus species, banyan tree, Ficus bengalensis, peepal tree, Ficus religiosa. At first, the trunk is as thin as a matchstick, but after several years, it becomes a large tree with thousands of branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Even though the tree has many parts, branches, leaves, fruits, seeds, you still call it one tree. Similarly, in the human body, a single disease can produce many symptoms, just like a tree produces many branches and leaves. Misunderstanding about blood pressure. When a medicine formula is posted, people often ask in the comments, can a patient with high blood pressure take this medicine? This question is usually asked with the belief that it shows intelligence. But the truth is that high blood pressure itself is not a disease. It is only a symptom. It can occur in any temperament. Sometimes practitioners explain that if a medicine is hot in temperament, patients with blood pressure should avoid it. This answer is often given due to incomplete understanding. Many people believe that blood pressure increases because of hot foods, but this idea is often far from reality. In fact, many diseases associated with coldness and dryness in temperament may also lead to high blood pressure. So if blood pressure rises, would you treat it by giving more cold medicines? In emergency situations, certain diuretic medicines, such as potassium nitrate, saltpeter, may reduce blood pressure quickly. Similarly, modern doctors may use medications like furosemide injections, Lasix, to reduce blood pressure rapidly. I have already written detailed articles about this topic in the Matabi Kamal group, which viewers can consult. Core principle. Returning to the main discussion. In the body, there is always only one primary disease. As the disease becomes older and more chronic, it produces many strange and varied symptoms, just like a tree that grows larger and develops many branches. There are also certain symptoms that indicate approaching death, which I have discussed in another article titled Diagnosis of Diseases and Their Signs. There is a saying, every disease is a sign of approaching death. This means that even a minor disease reminds us of the fragility of life. From both Islamic and medical perspectives, there is nothing more frightening than death and nothing colder than death, and every disease begins with coldness. Think about this carefully. Why does every disease begin with coldness? We will discuss this further in the next part.